Good day and welcome back to part 2 of my efficient pathing guide. Today I'm going to walk you through Act 6 to 10 on how to path efficiently so you can get to the end game faster. So straight away let's get into the general pathing of Act 6, which you can see is quite linear. It's actually be very short for Act 6, so nothing really special about going from the coast to the mudflats, etc. Going through all of there is pretty simple. All you need to know is that when you get from the riverways to the southern forest, don't follow along the road. You'll have to go along the bottom part once you get just past the waypoint to get to the southern forest. But most of you already know that. In case you don't, I will go over it now. Right, so once you get to your waypoint over here, run down. Stop following the pathway. Just stick to the bottom and run down. There you go. There is your waypoint. If you keep, or your zone, next zone. If you keep going along there, you're going to find the boss. You're going to find some traps that can possibly kill you if you're low health. But yeah, pretty simple. Nothing really too special. Once you get to Southern Forest, I don't know how many of you are super familiar with this area like I am. Once you get over here, you want to try and go up as soon as possible. So there you go. Now you can see that you can go up. So as soon as you get the chance to go up, you go up and then you go to the right. So up to the right and then straight down, and that will take you to the portal to the next zone. So anyone that's particularly new to the game, that's what you do. You don't just want to go all the way down there and get lost and run around and lose a lot of time because it is quite a big area. Right. So that's it for Act 6, quite simple and linear. Act 7, so once you get through to the crossroads, unlike Act 2, instead of going up first, you're going to go down first to the crypt. Over there, you're going to go through there till you can get Malagaro's map, and then go back to the Chamber of Sins. So down first, then back up so you can go to the Chamber of Sins, and then to Malagaro's Sanctum. Chamber of Sins, much like in Act 2, the side of the map device that has the portal on it is the right way to go. So say the portal, the waypoint is on the left of the map device, you run left to get to the next zone, which will be the Den. Next zone I'll touch on will be the Northern Forest. Before you leave here and go to the Causeway, you want to go to the Dread Thicket. So the Dread Thicket's usually be sort of like central to this place. You'll want to find these little, I guess you can call them islands, and it'll be in the middle of one of them is where your entrance to the Dread Thicket will be. So there you go. Sometimes you'll find it'll be before the waypoint, other times it'll be up here. But yeah, you'll go into the Dread Thicket, get your fireflies, kill, I think it's Gruthkul, the big bear, and from there, just run around, don't bother porting out to town, just go straight back through the exit, and then go up here to the Causeway. Okay, so the next area I'm going to go on about is the Val City. I, for a very long time, hated the Val City because I didn't know how it worked. Cool, Chaos Orb. Until a friend of mine explained it to me that basically the central area is surrounded by like a big square almost. And from the entrance, you basically want to go up the path until you hit a solid wall, go along that wall till you get to the end of it, run up until you can go in and you're here. So the best way to describe it's actually going to be for me to run all the way back to entrance, then you can just follow my path. Okay, so I've moved my map a bit. Usually it would be a lot more over like this, but I've done this so you can see. When you enter the zone, basically you just want to run straight forward as much as you can until you're going to eventually hit a wall, which would have been that wall over there. Often it's a lot closer, but in this zone I got it much further up there. So keep running along till you hit a wall. Once you hit the wall, which is over there, run off to the side until you can go up, and there'll be the waypoint. So regardless of which layout you get, that's pretty much going to be the same, that there's a big square wall surrounding it. Run till you hit it, go to the edge, and then you'll be able to turn in. Once you've got that down, it's a lot simpler to navigate the zone than if you don't know it. Okay, that's it for Act 7. Now onto Act 8. Once you've gone through the cesspool and you've killed Doedri, and you're in the toxic conduits, or the end of it, what you want to do is run this side first. So I need to recenter my map. Okay, so you want to run this side first to get to the next area, and instead of running left. As far as I'm aware, it is the most efficient way to do it. Not just my efficient way, I think this is actually the way to do it. So you run to the key first. In the key, you want to go and get the Anchor of Eternity straight away. Now, the very first time I did this area, I pretty much full cleared the zone, not being able to find that, or Clarissa for a matter of fact. So what you want to do is, run along this bottom wall, hug the bottom wall. Once you get there, you'll see this bridge, you run in, and the Anchor of Eternity will be in there. And then from there, you keep running through the zone until you find, basically you'll see that the main path will split in two. So this is the part here where it's going to fork. I actually thought it would fork up there, but it forks over here. So you can see you can go up there, or there's a side path here. Following this side path will take you to Clarissa. Once you've identified where your side path is, you drop a portal, and then you run up to the next zone, click on the waypoint, go to town, and then come back through your portal. That saves you from running all the way to Clarissa, then all the way back, and then all the way up there. So you just go straight up there, and then take the portal, go back. Once you've killed Tolman, go back to town, get your reward, and go back to your waypoint in the next zone, which is down there. Next is the Grain Gate. Now, how do I know which door to go through? Quite easy. See this dead corpse over here? The Blackguard or Blackguard, depending on how you want to pronounce it. The doors that have those dead corpses outside of them are always the ones to go through. So as long as you keep going through those doors, you can't get lost. So this one over here, no corpse, ignore it, keep moving on. And that's pretty much how you get through the zone. It is a big zone, but as long as you keep following that little trick, it's quite easy. So there's a body there, I'll keep running through, and yeah. Pretty simple, as long as you know that you'll kill the dudes over here for your skill point. As you can see, my latency's pretty awful. And yeah, that's it basically. Nothing else to say about this area. Okay, next is Solaris Temple level 1. Once you get to the waypoint, the area that's kind of up, I mean, sometimes it changes and it's inverse, but you could say from the waypoint it's the one on the right, as opposed to the one down here on the left. That's where you go to kill the boss, or go to level 2 rather, so you can kill the boss and get your sun orb. So once you get to this portal, run straight there, do that first, portal out of town, come back here, and following down the left path will take you to the next zone. Once you've done that, you're going to go through Solaris Concourse, straight through the Harbour Bridge, into the Lunaris Concourse, keep running straight through till you get to the temple. From the temple, again, you go kill the boss. Now, what I usually do, I don't go and kill Yugal, which is through the bathhouse and the High Gardens, until like usually act 9 or 10, because I don't like taking him on at that level. Usually I'm pretty squishy and I die and it just wastes time and it's a very long path to run. So I normally come back for that later when I'm a lot more powerful, that I can just run straight through it and not have to worry about dying, because if you die in that zone you lose so much time running back. So if you want to go there first, feel free to do so, but otherwise once I've finished Lunaris Temple, I'll go to the Harbour Bridge. To get there, go to Solaris Concourse waypoint. It's a lot closer than the Lunaris waypoint. And then you go kill the twins and move on to Act 9. Right, now the descent. Pretty simple area actually. As long as you stick to this bottom wall, you'll keep on going to the next supply hoist that takes you onto the next level. So you can see there, follow the wall, and there's the supply hoist. You just keep doing that, you go through 3 supply hoists, then you can go get to the Visteri Desert. Right, now once you have got the Stormblade in the Visteri Desert, you're going to come back to town, you're going to talk to Pataris, then Sin, then Pataris again, get the Storm in a jar. From there, right after the waypoint, you go through to the Oasis. So I do Visteri Desert, Oasis, back to the desert, up to the foothills. From the foothills, the Boiling Lake's right by the waypoint. So once you find the waypoint, foothills is right there. You go to the Boiling Lake so you can get the acid, whatever it is, can't remember what it's called. And then from there, back to the foothills to the tunnel. Tunnel is quite a simple, straightforward area. And then to the quarry. Once you get to the quarry, you can go either left or right, taking you to either the refinery or to fight and get the Sakema feather. In my opinion, it doesn't matter which way you go first, because you get to spend the same amount of time, and both places, once you get there, you're going to portal out and go back to waypoint. You know, it could be running between either place, so don't worry about which one you find first, unless you are not planning on doing the skill point for some odd reason. From there, once you've done that, it's pretty simple. Belly of the Beast, Rotting Core. There's not much backtracking you can do. Just follow the paths and get to the Ender Zone. Quite simple. And now on to Act 10, the last part. Right, now in Act 10, when you get here, don't bother talking to the NPCs. Just go straight to the rooftop, help Bannon, don't come back to town, run straight through to the next area, which is the Ravaged Square. And then from there, I'll talk you through what to do next. Now, unfortunately, in this area, you do have to do a bit of backtracking, but in terms of places you have to go, excluding optional quests, don't worry about the Ossuary, you don't have to go there. What you want to do is run along here till you get to your first pathway that goes down, take that pathway, go off to the right over here, and then back up, and that'll take you through to the Torch Courts, where you then go to get the Staff of Avarius. And that's what you need to turn Bannon, whatever his name is, back into innocence, and then go kill Kitaba. From there, basically when you're in town and you've turned him into innocence, you have to take your portal back over there and run all the way down to the control blocks. There's not really any way to say that. I've probably been disconnected. Anyway, yeah, you have to run all the way back there. Once you've killed Valenta, take a portal back to town, go through this, and on to finish the act. Unfortunately, you can't really drop portals here and save time much, because you're not really going down there on your way to go over here. So unless you're going through one of the other areas to get the map to Soartha, or to go get your lab trial, which will be in there, you're not going to be dropping portals, because you're not going to be running past that area, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. And that is it. That is the end of this two-part series. I think this video is a lot shorter because, for me at least, part 1 has a lot more backtracking that can be done and saved by pathing correctly than part 2. Part 2 is actually, most of the areas are quite linear in terms of where you're going to be going, except for Act 8, it's kind of all over the place. But anyways, if I missed out anything, please let me know in the comments. I will tell you. So if you say, hey Akoran, you didn't talk about this area, you cheeky bastard, and then I'll tell you. So leave a comment, tell me if you enjoyed the series, tell me if it was helpful. I hope it was. So enjoy the League. League is starting, this video will be going out on Friday, so League is starting today. Good luck, guys. Hope you have a fantastic League. Hope you get lots of drops, lots of headhunters now that they're part of core drops. So thank you very much for watching. As always, I'll see you in the next video, and have a good day. Bye bye.